Hello everyone, my name is Ronke Taiwo, and here we discuss faith as it relates to our relationships, our marriage, and our parenting journey. So today I want to talk about the Pareto Principle of marriage. I know many people have heard about the Pareto Principle, which is 80-20, which says that like 20% effort gives 80% of results. 20% of people in an organization determine the 80% of the results you get in that organization. But this time around, we'll be talking about it as it relates to marriage. So how do we do? One thing I know is that if you want to marry anyone or you choose anyone to be your beloved, they would have 80% of the things you like, but there is always that 20% that you don't like. They might be good people, friendly, loving, kind, and they are just maybe dirty, and you don't like that. They might be, very, very the life of the party, love everybody, do this, do that, and be the best. And they might just be too much talkative for you, but there's something that is not in that person. And the mistake a lot of people make is that when they have somebody that has 80%, they are looking for the 20% that person does not have. And in the view of looking for the 20%, they go get somebody else. That is why most times when there is a remarriage, there is a more likelihood of that remarriage breaking than the first marriage. Because most of the time, the person who left the first marriage married somebody else, probably because of something else they had. Probably they were more beautiful than the first wife they had. They were younger. It could be any reason. But when they marry the person, they start noticing that what they used to enjoy from the first marriage, this person does not have that. It might be the 80% of that person, the new person does not have that 80%. It becomes more frustrating for them. So imagine somebody who has married somebody who, let's just say, cooks for them, loves them, makes sure everything is okay, does their dry cleaning, pack their lunch, and they marry somebody else who wouldn't do that. There is a tendency they start feeling like, I'm missing something else, So what is the solution? The solution is to look for ways to magnify that 80% that is good and reduce the 20% that is not. How would you do that? Hello, beautiful people. If you like this content and you want more of such, please help us to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so that you get notifications of all our videos. Thank you as you subscribe. For example, let me give an example that my pastor gave of a man who came to meet him. And the man said, I want to divorce my wife. She's this, she's that. And the pastor asked him, why do you want? They've been married for 20 years. Let me give you context here. 20 years. Now he's coming to his pastor 20 years after marriage saying, I want to divorce my wife. So the pastor said, why do you want to divorce your wife after 20 years of marriage? And he said, my wife is too dirty. The house is always rough. Everywhere is so dirty. When I come back from work, it's so irritating. The toilets are dirty. Everywhere is dirty. Sometimes I have to do those stress myself. And she stays at home almost all day. She has a less demanding job than mine. So it's something I expect her to do, to be neat and take care of the environment. So the question the pastor asked him was like, did your wife just become dirty now? Or has she been dirty since you got married 20 years ago? You know what the answer I gave them? I said, that's how she has ever been. She has been so dirty. In fact, since the day we got married, I've noticed that she's dirty and this and that. Then the pastor now said, if you've noticed that all this while and you didn't do anything about it, why do you want to divorce her now? So the reason you want to leave her now is not because she's dirty, because she's been dirty for 20 years. The reason you want to leave her now is probably because you've seen somebody else that represent that. Then the man was like, actually, it's my secretary. She's very clean. When I get to the office, she arranges everything everything that is rough, she arranges it. She makes it look so neat and kind, and she's so loving. So the pastor asked him a question, said, what are the good attributes of your wife? And the man said, oh, that woman, she's so prayerful. She prays for me. She prays for the family. She teaches my kids to be prayerful. Number 2, she's so friendly with my family. My mom likes her. Everybody in my family likes her. They love her. They always want to be with her. Number 3, she loves my friend. Number 4, she's the life of the party. Whenever I take her out, everybody's so excited. She's crack jokes. She does this. And he started counting every good thing the wife has been. And the man asked him, does your secretary do all these things that you have counted? The man said, I actually don't know because I don't know her that much. But the only thing you noticed in the secretary was the fact that she was neater than your wife. Why? Because you magnified the weakness of your wife and you started looking for somebody that had the strength. But what about the strength of your wife? That's the secretary did not have. So the man said, what is the solution? Get a cleaner. Get somebody that would clean your house every day and pay the person a particular amount. Probably the person comes in early in the morning, clean out the house, goes, come back the next day, clean out the house and goes. And that way you are able to solve the fact that your house is always dirty. So what do I mean to say? Don't just focus on what you don't have. Look for ways to magnify the things that that person has, and the things they don't have, look for ways to staff that weakness. Look for ways to end that weakness. Bring up things that will not show in that weakness, and you would have a good marriage, and you would not need to say after 20 years, I want to divorce my wife because my secretary is neater than my wife. So that is it today. If you have anything, just comment if you have examples about the stories I told or questions you want to have, put it in the comment section and I'll be looking out for your questions and I'll be answering every one of them. Do have a great day. Thank you. Bye.